Hi guys, Jack here. Today we're doing a video that's the first of its kind, never been done before, no one has ever seen anything like this. That's right, today we're doing a how to manual video. There's a lot of reasons you might want to learn how to manual. For example, you might want it to be able to get your front wheel up and over an obstacle on the trail, or even to manual through a set of rollers on the trail, or most importantly, to flex in front of all your mates. On top of this, learning how to manual will also help improve your balance on the bike, as well as teach you how to feather your brakes. So, with no further ado, let's get on the bike and go learn how to manual. Ah! Crap! Ah! Ah, no! When you're trying to learn to manual, it's nice to have a nice open space that's relatively flat or even slightly downhill sloped. That way, you don't have any obstacles to run into when you inevitably veer off course into the bushes. So, learning how to manual. Step 1, practice. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification. The first thing you're going to want to learn how to do is how to get your front wheel up and off of the ground. A common mistake a lot of people make when they're trying to learn how to lift their front wheel is they'll just pull up on the bars without shifting their weight at all. We're not trying to pump up our tires, we're trying to get the front wheel up in the air. Instead of pulling up on the bars, which leaves your weight too close to the center of the bike, you want to start from a nice neutral position and then shift your weight down and back in a nice smooth motion. This nice smooth down and back motion will do two things for you. First, it will give you the momentum you need to get that front wheel up into the air. Second, it will simultaneously shift your weight back to a point where it is balanced over the rear axle. Start by trying to get a feel for this motion and getting your front wheel up and off of the ground. You don't have to get it all the way up to start with, just a little bit is fine to begin. Once you start getting your front wheel a little bit higher, that's where you want to start covering your rear brake. The reason for this is it will help keep your front wheel from going too far up. If it goes too far and your balance point goes behind your back wheel, you'll end up looping out. This is where your weight is too far behind the rear axle and you end up falling off of the back of the bike. Ow! Once you feel yourself starting to get close to that balance point, start practicing using your rear brake to bring the front wheel back down. Once you get used to the feeling of balancing with your brake, you'll be able to start using that nice feathering technique to maintain a manual down a gentle slope. The next step to manualing is learning to balance with your weight. By shifting your hips forwards and backwards over the rear axle, you won't have to rely on your brake as much, which means you'll be able to maintain a manual on flatter surfaces or at higher speeds down hills. If you feel the front wheel start to drop, shift your weight backwards and this will help bring the front wheel back up. Once you start feeling like you're going too far back, you then shift your weight forwards and you'll be able to bring the front wheel back down. The next step is everyone's favorite. It's to practice. Manualing is definitely a skill that takes a bit of time to develop. The reason for this is that you've got to build up an instinctual feel for that balance point and how to maintain it. But the more you practice, the faster you'll learn how to do it. So what are you waiting for? Go get on your bike and start learning to manual.